Welcome back to another Wednesday on the Pagan Perspective. I'm your Wednesday host, Yucca, and this week we are talking about comparing our paths with others and self-doubt. So the topic is a little bit involved, so I'm going to go ahead and post that below if you want to read the full topic, if you haven't heard it already this week. So I'm going to just go ahead and jump right into it. I can definitely relate to what the viewer's saying about how sometimes it can feel really healthy and helpful to be looking at what other people are doing. And then sometimes, at least for me, I can find that I can slip into this place of sort of wondering, hey, am I legit? Is this working? Is this, really comparing myself in a negative way or my practice in a negative way. And so my thoughts on that, I've shared this a little bit, I think we've talked about this a bit before on the channel, about the role of doubt. And I think that doubt and comparison as well have a very important role for us in the process of growth, because doubt is one of the things that sparks that self-reflection. And to go ahead and kind of anthropomorphize these, I think that doubt's role is to question and get us to start thinking, to say, hey, is this really working for me? Am I just fooling myself? Or maybe in social situations, hey, am I the asshole in this situation? Or, all kinds of things like that. But I don't think that doubt best serves us to be the part of ourselves answering that question. I think that doubt's job is to ask the question, but not to answer it. That we need to go, at least I believe that a constructive approach would be to look at oneself, to look at the practice, and then have a little bit more of a more rational, but emotions are important to be as well, part of ourselves answering that question. And sometimes it needs to be a part of ourselves that says, okay, doubt, you've said your bit, now back off. Recently in the thought forms video, I talked about acknowledging and releasing and just letting go different thoughts, and I think that this would be a perfect example of that doubt, hearing that doubt, right? Acknowledging that it's there, grounding, acknowledging the wisdom that it has for self-reflection, and then saying, okay, go ahead, go, you can continue now, but not trying to fight it, because in the fighting we give it more power. That's sort of my thought on doubt and when comparison becomes harmful for us. In terms of comparing and learning from, it's a balance. And I think it's something that's particularly difficult for our time period of people, because most of us went to school, and the system of school, whether it's a private school or a public, or you learned lots or you didn't learn lots, whatever, the system still teaches us to value, or to seek that external validation, and we often have to relearn to value our own judgment, to value that we can decide for ourselves what the right answer is, because we have been taught for so long, for 13 plus years, that somebody else has the right answer, and we're just trying to find out what it is, use it, and regurgitate it back to them. So it can definitely be a journey in today's world to go, no, I have the ability to make that call for myself, and to not just say it, not just know it, but to know it and to say it, to believe it on a deeper level. And I think that again, that comes from that, the grounding and sitting with that and really practicing. So that's my take this week. I hope that there was something useful in that for you, for those of you watching. And as always, if you have anything any thoughts that spurs, we'd love to hear it, for you to share it. And thank you so much for being here with us. Until next week.